Hey there, it's me Eden. If you are new to the channel, then please subscribe to my channel and visit my Patreon page for early access, link in the description. Not asking, she took my purse from my lap. From it she took my keys and all but 5 singles from my wallet plus my driver's license. Why'd you do that? I had to ask when she put it back on my thighs. She grinned like the Cheshire Cat. What's engraved on your anklet, Christine? Karen's. What's that mean? You and I are together. I almost said boyfriend and girlfriend, but caught it and said, girlfriends. You got it part right. Out, she was getting out her side. The electric door locks clicked. Coming around. Take a walk. It's a nice morning. Don't be too early and do not be late. Good luck. Mean that. She turned and started walking away, towards the office building. It took me a few moments to realize I was standing in the parking lot, doing nothing, but causing suspicion. Careful in my heels, I walked to the sidewalk and then followed it to the street. The office complex was across from a park and that is where I went. It was nice. Sitting beside a lake, I was able to relax and think about what I was doing and the changes that were taking place in my life. I also decided that I really liked the prospect that this might really be for real and not some joke Karen had conspired with Monica to play on me, which had seemed to be a real possibility. At 8:40, I took out my compact, checked my makeup and freshened my red lipstick. It was 8:53 when I entered the office. Marcy definitely looked very pregnant. With my heart going a mile a minute and my stomach in my throat, I walked up to her console. Hearing my heels click on the tiles, she raised her eyes and smiled. May I help you, miss? I'm Christine Kincaid. I have an appointment with Miss Panasso. I extended my revised resume. Not taking it, she passed me a clipboard. Please have a seat, fill this out and bring it to me when done. Growing more nervous by leaps and bounds, I looked for a seat and slowly walked to sit, smoothing my dress under my thighs as I did. It was the usual application for employment from a stationery store. I knew these from memory, having filled out so many. Luckily, I caught myself before checking the box next to M. Marcy smiled nicely at me as I returned the clipboard. Would you like coffee? Tea? Miss Kincaid? No. Thank you. Have a seat again, please. Miss Panasso should be with you shortly. I'll take your resume now. I felt foolish, fumbling because of my stupid nails, to open my purse and get it out again. Why couldn't she have just taken it when I'd had offered it before? Returning to where I'd filled out the application and resat the best that I could. It didn't take very long to realize that Marcy was staring with an ear-to-ear grin at me. Seeing that I knew she'd been watching, she stood, "Get used to it, Miss Kincaid. Goes with the job." Still grinning with my papers in her hand and her big belly forcing her to waddle, Marcy left the lobby down the hall. She was back in a few minutes and sat behind the glass slab that was her workstation. She still grinned at me. Before getting pregnant, I was pretty cute. Monica likes us to make a good impression on the clients. The receptionist is the first they see and, often, they must wait. We give them something to occupy their thoughts so they don't get too bored. Know what I mean, Miss Kincaid? I'd really nothing to say to that. The minutes seemed like hours. At 9:46, Marcy spoke. Miss Kincaid, looks like Monica is still busy. Want to come over here and I'll start to show you the job. Even if you don't get hired, you might use this on your next interview. Bored silly and the idleness just rubbing my nerves raw, I rose and walked over to her. She stood, "Sit here." I took her place on the backless chair. She pushed it under the slab, then carefully placed her headset on my ear and adjusted the microphone. Okay. This is the switchboard. You answer incoming calls, Panasso Graphic Designs. This is Christine. How may I serve your desires, please? Giggling when my head snapped to face hers. Just do it, Chris. She took out another headset and put it on after plugging it in. You'll hear me, but callers won't. I heard in my ear. This is the fax machine. Directions are pretty simple. She ran through them. Copier, Monica insists on copies, on real paper. Never give her a fax on that curly paper, copy it first, but save the original. Returning to the switchboard, Marcy explained the details of it. Nothing happened and the phone hadn't rung. After 15 minutes she joked, tough job, huh? Think you can handle this? I shrugged, sure. Marcy took off her headset, going to powder my nose. She left me alone. No sooner than she'd closed the door across the lobby, than the phone beeped. I saw it was an internal call and pushed the button to connect. Christine. May I help you? Who? Never mind. Where's Marcy? I'd searched the directory and it was Monica's phone. She went to the girls' room, Miss Panasso. The phone went dead and heels, approaching, foretold that she was coming toward the lobby. Dressed in a plum wool suit, black hose and extremely high heels, Monica stopped a few feet from me, glaring. Before I could do anything else, an outside call came in. Good morning. Panasso Graphic Designs. This is Christine. How may I serve your pleasure, please? I heard Monica chuckle as the guy answered. It was a call for Monica. Debating just a moment, I responded, Miss Panasso is occupied with another matter at this time. May I take your name, phone number, and have her return your call, please? He gave them to me. When I'd written it all down on the pink message pad and repeated it back to confirm. May I serve you more, sir? I answered, I'm taken. Thank you for your offer, sir, and disconnected. Monica glared at me when I looked up. She shook a no with her arms, folded under her upper parts. Not moving until Marcy returned, her finger pointed toward me and flicked toward the corridor from which she'd arrived. I rose to see Marcy give me a thumbs up and silently mouth a good luck. Still acting stern and annoyed, Monica stood, awaiting me, model for me. I turned and gave her a curtsy when facing again. Again. I repeated my act. Sit, pointing to a chair and moving to sit behind her desk. I tried my best to sit gracefully, knees and feet together, smooth my dress under and point my feet back as I rested my butt on the front of the chair with hand holding my purse in my lap. Settled, albeit uncomfortably, I met her black eyes. Monica's lips widened, slowly, into a big smile that exposed her perfect, white teeth. I'm quite surprised, most pleasantly surprised, Christine. It is a do-nothing, go-nowhere job. Look pretty, answer the phone, handle the fax, make copies, do the mail. Any bimbo should be able to handle it, easily. Pays $400 a week, full benefits, 12 holidays, 2 weeks vacation. You want it? Just like that? That was my interview? Yes, please. I answered nervously. When would you like me to start, Miss Panasso? Monica. Do not forget again. You just have. Before we conclude, there are a few details that I want your owner to agree also. Okay. My owner? I was being stupid, I quickly realized. What is engraved on your pretty ankle bracelet, Christine? Karen's? As in you belong to Karen, right? Karen owns you. You are her slave. I never thought of our relationship quite like that. No, I suppose not. She picked up her phone and pushed a preset number, Monica. Come to my office, please. She grinned until Karen arrived. Karen gave me just a brief look before devoting her full attention to Monica. Sit down, please. When Karen had, Monica, I've offered your girlfriend the job, Karen. I'm sure she'll do fine. $400 a week, all benefits, acceptable? That's up to Christine, Monica. Shaking her head, I think it's up to you. You bought that ankle bracelet and I doubt she's yet acquired the skills to fasten it on herself, not with those killer nails, Karen. I also doubt she put your initial on her pinkies, by herself. I wanted to say that these were also my initials, but hadn't thought of it quickly enough. Opening a low drawer beside her, Monica came up with a handful of $20 bills. I want your girl tightly corseted, I do expect visible results, and I want her in a real steel chastity belt. I'll be patient about how long one of those takes to acquire. I watched her count out $800 and move them towards Karen. I understand the corset, please explain the chastity belt, Monica? Pretty simple, she leaned her chair back. I just hired a very attractive receptionist, named Christine. She lifted my application to read and set it down, Christine Cynthia Kincaid. Nice girl. You and the rest of the girls here are quite attractive. I wish to assure that my new receptionist does not engage in any sort of ungirlish behavior here or off duty. I shall control the key. If her performance warrants, I shall loan you the key, occasionally. I promise that I will never permit any other to use it, and I will not use it myself. Please subscribe my channel for the next part. And visit my Patreon page for early access.